Hello, beautiful, amazing, fantastic world, and you, wonderful, beautiful individual. Today, I would like to speak about breath, inner clarity, and calmness. Also, when you breathe, when you calm down and clear and, well, still your inner turmoil, is when you truly can get an insight and an overview, if you will, to whatever is needing to be observed. If we do allow ourselves to have a certain atmosphere, state of being that allows us to ask what is needed to be shown, what is needed to be worked upon, what needs to come to consciousness so that we can look at it, clear it, calm it down and acknowledge it. Every single of these memories/experiences, they are literally part of our being. They are beings. When we allow them to come forth to our consciousness with a certain decency, with a certain calmness and clarity, it needs bravery for this. You acknowledge it, it will transform. It will become part of your being as an experience and a strength that you have gone through and have made it your own because you had the courage to look at it, observe it, become acquainted with it, getting to know it, understanding it. And that is how you get to become acquainted with yourself. You also understand why it is so difficult to know thyself, since we still have aspects of the ancient Persian times where in ancient Indian times we were inward, everything outward, sense perceptible with the intellect were Maya. So it was not focused a lot on there. In the Persian regions, it was different. It was the opposite, where inwards were, the realm of the gods, the realms of the Asuras. So it was dangerous to go inward. So it was outward. We should work on the outer world so it can become transformed into something beautiful. Of course, today we need to reconcile both inwards and outwards, get to know what is laying within, what is hidden deep in the layers of humanity, in the layers of oneself first and foremost. And that is when you can come to master your own inner being to a high degree. You do not become an utter master, obviously. We do have a lot of karma and a lot of fallibilities that we need to truly work upon and go through and clear out before we can truly grasp our own inner being. We are preparing in this incarnation. We are building foundation, and what's in your next life, you will have the foundation for what you built in this life. So what you build here is going to be the starting point in your next life. So you will have behaviors and certain impulses that is in relation to this lifetime, just like we in this lifetime has from our last lifetime. Many of our impulses, interests, areas of focus in life is because of our past. I mean past lives. So the more you become in tune with your being, you start to speak with your whole body, your whole body, your hands, your arms. You rhythm more or less, where your speech becomes visible. You do not hide your body language. You do show the whole of you as who you are, allowing yourself to flow outwards without being afraid and scared of what others might think and that you are weird for. Is it one thing I can tell you immediately? We are all a bunch of weirdos. And the more you hide it, the more weird it becomes. So embracing it Now you understand where I'm coming from here. When I say weird, I mean personality. Every single individual human being has a personality. If we hide it or if we display it is our choice. We cannot become like everyone else. We cannot fit in with everyone else to become a lump of mass, a generalization, because we're not. We can never be. You have been an individual since you, well, more or less come to your own self-consciousness. So it is important, since we do have that and every single human being experience this, we need to find out why. Personality, spirits of personality, spirits of age, that means you are an incarnation of this age. You are working closely with the archai, with the angelic beings above the archangels. You see, angels is from individual to individual. Archangels is from nation to nation, folk soul, or folk spirit to folk spirit. That is why Englishmen are behaving like Englishmen, Frenchmen are behaving like Frenchmen, and so on and so forth. Based on our region, we change our behavior. It is spiritual forces underlying there. And over many generations, we also become homogeneous. We become more and more alike because of the region. So where we live has a lot to say in our behaviors and our impulses. But we do have a lot of freedom in what we act upon too. And it's important to find out, are we biased towards our own birthplace? Or are we truly trying to find what the archai trying to show us? That we are wholly earth beings and only temporarily are living at a certain point on this earth. In our next life we will probably and highly likely incarnate in a new nation, in a different nation. So if you have unfolded, cultivated and prepared what you're meant to prepare in your next incarnation, you will incarnate in the nation that is the most developed. It is obvious. If you refuse to develop, you will lag behind and might end up in a nation that is lagging behind. That is the karma. It is all about what you in freedom choose to unfold within your own inner being. So, to work with as many of the beings of the higher hierarchy that we can, from the angels to archangels and archai, to the spirits of form, movement and wisdom. You see, one needs things that coagulate and becomes visible, and the movement, but also the shape and the form of the many varieties of forms. We need these three, the second hierarchy, spirits of wisdom, the architects kind of, that chooses the shape. Then you have the spirits of movement and spirits of form, which, well, works upon this and creates forms and movements. If we truly allow our imagination to, first you need to create the concept, you need to study the concepts so that you can fill in these concepts with reality. It is literally like first creating an hypothesis and then go find the reality of it. But in this case, you truly find living, active, objective, truthful forces. It is all about really finding what reality is instead of filling it in with things that might not be very healthy as a human being, that is not even human. It might be mechanical, it might be animalistic, it might even be plant-like, but it is not even close to human. We have necessities, yes, but we do not dabble in necessities 24 hours a day. We have a lot in between. What are we doing with them? Are we using these spiritual forces to gain more to consume? Or are you using it to unfold your inner potential? It is about where we truly, well, use our forces. Or if we waste it away in trivialities and frivolities. It is a balance, because we do need a little enjoyments in life to truly appreciate it, and to not become fully ascetic, because becoming fully ascetic you lose your connection to the world, which we are meant to be in We are meant to spiritualize this earth and as many individuals as possible. And, well, that is our task and in this day and age, to prepare, as we always are. Preparing, studying, practicing, mastery, and inner meditation and calmness. So, I will leave you with this today. Thank you so much for listening to me, you beautiful, beautiful spirit and soul, you. May you be protected, guided, blessed and loved by Father, Holy Spirit, Christ, Michael, ancient masters of all, ancestors from every incarnation, Godhead, Seraphim, Cherubim, Thrones, Kyriadetes, Dynamis, Exousiae, Archai, Archangels and Angels, and may you be provided for, guided, blessed and loved. And may you have all you need to survive, live and thrive and be creative and inspirational, inspiring others to also be inspirational. Finding your own inner drive, your own inner freedom, and to truly find out what a human being is. Because, well, it is a ride, I can tell you that. And the ride will never end. It will never end. No matter how much you abstractly think about it. Even if all physical matter disappeared, even if we bombed this world out of, we still wouldn't disappear. Only the physicality, and I'm sorry, that was really not very sensitive way to say it, but you get my drift. It is something that is more or less in fear in everyone in these days and ages, right? But it is about knowing that even if physicality disappeared, we still are here. We only lay aside our physical bodies, but we still are our spirit, our center, our core. We lay aside the physical body, etheric body, and astral body, and we do have our ego, our spirit left. This is the eternal part of us. And around this, we shape our physical, etheric, and astral bodies. It's literally the part of us that builds up our being. So, but it is important to remember, we still have a lot of time left before we go. You see, we have destroyed our own civilization 2 times already. First time in fire, second time in water and air, and the next time, which is in the apocalypse, in the Revelation by John, by earth. That means war against all, everyone against everyone. Everyone is isolated, and it's me against everyone. That is, well, if we do not develop and unfold our own potential, that is the part of reality we will be part of, you see. But if we unfold, we will read Revelation and you will come to understand. But it is important to remember that everything in Revelation is of a spiritual nature. It is only certain aspects of it is physical, but most of it is of a spiritual kind, because this was a vision shown to John in a cave on an island in isolation. That means it was shown to him through a prophecy, through initiation. And that I will leave you with today. Thank you so much. Love you. And thank you so much for listening to me. You're an amazing, amazing individual, you. Thank you. Goodbye.